So after missing out on yet another superstar in Donovan Mitchell as the Cleveland Cavaliers stole him from the New York Knicks yesterday, the question now becomes, what do the Knicks do next after this? The answer is that since the Knicks did not want to part with some of their young players like Quentin Grimes or Obi Toppin in the deal for Donovan Mitchell, they now have to play each one of them a ton of minutes next season and the seasons to go after that. And that is because the Knicks are investing and banking in on some of these young players to be really good players, if not stars, in this league one day. And at this point, that has to be the case to show Knicks fans that we are committed to developing the young players. And for the Knicks to play these young guys a good amount of minutes this season and for them to be starters as they should be, the Knicks need to trade away Julius Randle and Evan Fournier and maybe even Derrick Rose, but at a lesser extent. And that is because those players are blocking the way for players like Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes and other young players to blossom and develop into nice players for the Knicks. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing to you guys one of the top trade scenarios, if not the best scenario, for the Knicks to remove Julius Randle and Evan Fournier from their team and play Obi Toppin and Quentin Grimes big minutes as starters next season. So with that all being said, now let's get into the mock trade that makes all of that happen. So in this specific 4-team mock trade, the Knicks would be receiving Russell Westbrook's expiring contract and sitting him that year, as well as a 2027 first-round pick from the Los Angeles Lakers that's top 3 protected, and the Suns would be receiving Julius Randle. The Pacers would be receiving 2 expiring contracts in Dario Saric and Jay Crowder, and the Lakers would be receiving Evan Fournier and Buddy Hield as 2 good shooters on the squad. So for the New York Knicks to start off, this trade is pretty solid because they do get a first-round pick that is basically unprotected, as it's only top 3 protected in 2027 as well. And they also receive Russell Westbrook's expiring 1-year contract. With that, they will be likely buying him out or waiving him, or potentially just sitting him out for the rest of the year, as the Houston Rockets did with John Wall. And they also get this done by removing Julius Randle and Evan Fournier's long-term contracts, and they free up a ton of cap space for next offseason and the offseason after that. And the Phoenix Suns also get a pretty big win in this trade in my opinion, as they get Julius Randle, who is exactly who they're apparently looking for, as a post-up big man that is a power forward. And after this trade, the Phoenix Suns will have a starting lineup of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Julius Randle, and DeAndre Ayton, which is a mix of players that need the ball and are good without it. And they only give up Jay Crowder and Dario Saric's expiring contract without giving up any picks, which I think that could happen. And also in this trade, the Los Angeles Lakers would be receiving a pretty good deal as well, because they received 2 very good shooters in Evan Fournier and Buddy Hield, and guys that could create space for themselves. And they could either play both of them at the same time in the same lineup at shooting guard and small forward, or they could keep one of them on the bench and start the other at shooting guard. And to get off of Russell Westbrook's contract and also get 2 really good shooters on their team to help LeBron and AD, I think this is a great trade for the Lakers. And for the Indiana Pacers, this trade also does make some sense because they'll be removing Buddy Hield's big contract for 2 years off of their books, and they'll be receiving 2 small expiring contracts with quality players like Jay Crowder and Dario Saric, who they could later include in a deal on the trade deadline and maybe receive some draft capital as well. So now with that being said, I would like to hear from you guys in the comment section down below if you guys like this type of a trade scenario, particularly for the Knicks and even for all the other teams. And personally, I think that this trade does make sense for all 4 teams and what they're trying to do. So if you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more New York Knicks news, updates, reports, and even mock trades like these, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and it's been KNYT here, and I am out. Peace.